Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is the next video in the series. We are making POS management system. In the previous video, until the last video, I actually demonstrated how to add the product from the mail list into the sales order form, and how we can actually take the advantage of VBA and the especially the record sets to create the records. In this video we're going to focus on how do we handle the other aspects of the POS management system. Remember, it's not just adding the record in the sales order, but also there's other aspect. For example, if we sell, we want to keep a record of what have we sold in terms of inventory management. And then there has to be, in from the inventory management point of view, there has to be some records keeping for the purchase as well. So because we sell inventory, we purchase inventory, we want to keep the record, and we combine both, and we end up having one inventory management which we can then later utilize to use the information. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you understood what I said. If you have not, don't worry, we will just keep on watching and I will demonstrate in the video, and I'm sure you're going to learn thing or two from this video. So before I begin, I want to ask, if you are new to my channel, welcome to Loop Learnings, and if you're returning, welcome back. In any case, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Now, what we are going to do, anytime we add a record here, we want this to be captured as a sold quantity, right? So if this product, we will make an invoice bill, the quantity is 2 or 1, we want to capture that this is what is moved out of the warehouse from our shop or the company or whatever the scale of your business is, and we want to capture that. So for that, what I initially thought is to have a table called inventory. But then I later thought that will be a little bit more work, so we'll simplify it. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a query based on the sales item table, and we will use the information from the query in order to consider that as a sales record. And then you have the other aspect, which is the purchase. That for that I have made a new table, purchase. Let me make it a unified purchase T. So if I'll hit enter, you will see that it's kind of same information. You have the product ID, purchase date, purchase quantity, cost, total cost, and the status of the purchase. Obviously, I did not think about having a proper inventory management system, but this is, of course, the basic level of inventory management system. So it was required so to have this kind of mechanism. So let me summarize the whole big explanation that I did. We're going to use this table. We're going to create a query, and in which we are going to accumulate the quantity or purchase. And then we are going to use the sale item T table, and we are going to accumulate the quantity that we have sold. And so then we will subtract what we purchased and what we sold, and whatever is we end up having with that will be our available to promise, which we can then later display right here. I hope that makes a whole lot of sense or not. But just let's continue. So first, I'm going to handle the queries part. So we'll first make a query about the sale. We'll go to the create tab. We will select the query design, and I'm going to fetch two tables. I'm going to have, for example, product table. So because ultimately it's all about product, or I don't need to add product at this stage. What I can do, however, is I can say sale item T. Okay. And from here, I can say product ID and the quantity that is sold. Actually, that's it. That's pretty much is required. But then later on, we can modify this query. We can have the total price if you want to calculate, or you can have it right now. Okay. And unit price also, total price. And we can then say uh, data sheet view. You know what? I'm not going to have the unit price and total price. If you want, we can make another query. I want to keep it simple. I want to have this query only used for showing the quantity available to promise purpose. So we'll have these two fields right now, and this is enough. So we can have this, and now we can go to the query design. We can say total, and right here we will say sum, because we are going to accumulate for each product what's the quantity that is sold. That's the whole idea. And we will give a name right here, sold. Okay. And we'll save it. So we'll say sold queue or sold query, whatever name you want to give. And there you go. We have got the one query. We're going to make the similar query for purchase. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go to the query design, and this time we will get purchase and purchase T. And we're going to fetch the product ID, and we're going to get the purchase quantity. And again, I'm going to total it. So we'll make it sum, and we'll say purchase. Okay, there you go. And if we'll go to the database view, this is what we are getting as part of the query output. So we can save that, and we'll say purchase queue. There you go. Oh, not purchase, it's a purchase. So let me change the O to P. Okay, so now we have both queries. We have got the purchase and the sold. Now we can actually combine both queries, and we can make one query that will be called inventory queue. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll make another query, and this time we will fetch the both queries basically, and we'll go to the tables. We will fetch the products table. There you go. Okay, for some reason it's not having a link. We can create that, and now we will fetch the products information: product ID, product description, category ID, perhaps cost, RSP, ATP. We are not going to use that. We, in fact, we will delete it because we created that for temporary purpose. And now we can say the total purchase and the total sold, and therefore ATP or available. Okay, the available would be purchase minus sold. Okay, purchase minus sold. And now if we run the query, and there you go, we can see that the product and their cost, RSP, and then what we have purchased, what we have sold, and what we are left with. So this gives a unified information. So we can save that, and we can say inventory queue. Again, this is not a well sophisticated inventory management, but this serves the purpose for the small applications. Definitely, the whole idea of having this is we want to have the availability of the stock. So if we sell something, let's say we sell one more fresh fruit, we are left with 7, and then one more, we're left with 6, and then 5, and then 4. So you get my point. If we purchase anything, that gets added into the quantity, and then based on that, the subtraction, addition, everything will happen accordingly. So this is what is the easiest way I thought we can get this information. If you want, we can verify that. We'll click on yes. What is it? Okay, and let's say if we will make this basmati rice to 2 quantity. Okay, so 2 is added. Now if we will go to inventory query, which is inventory queue, we can see that the 2 are sold, so 8 purchased, total 2 sold, and 6 basically are right now available. And I've just realized the spelling of available completely wrong. Okay, there you go. So now if you're thinking, what do we need to do with this? Well, you can manage the inventory with this query. You can actually have an overview of each product. You can do analytics. And what we are going to do now is basically we are going to have this available quantity to be displayed on right here. So right now, if I will go to this subform property sheet, and the products table actually is the uh, what do you call is the information behind the query. So instead of products t, what we are going to do, however, is we are going to change this, and we are going to refer this now to the query that we have just created, inventory queue. Okay, and we can actually double click right here, or if we want, we can have double click, double click, double click, double click, cost, RSP, picture, and then we don't need purchase and sold, we need available, and that will be considered as ATP. We can change the name here, and there you go. And now if we will see our main form, and oh, why it is not showing the information, ATP. Oh, okay, so right here, there you go. So now it is showing the information that is presented in this query. Now, if we'll add right here, actually, technically speaking, this should be refresh, and it should update the quantity that is available to promise. One of the easiest way we can do is we can have the refresher in the background of this form. So we will go to the design view. All right. So we can say, for example, let me just, so if we will look at product list F, this is the form. So we'll go to design view, and I'm going to put an interval, and let's say for 8 seconds. After 8 seconds on timer, I want this form to be refreshed. So we can say me dot refresh. Okay, me dot requery if that is also required. So we just do that, and if we will go to the POS form again, and let's say right now 8 available, 2 is right here. I will add one quantity here, and then we should be, here we go. You see the quantity updated, 8 second, 8 millisecond, sorry, 8 millisecond. 8,000 is 8 millisecond. I just want to correct it. So if we'll add here, so we should see the refresh happened. Okay, and then if we'll delete right here, we should see a refresh happen. 7 becomes 8. There you go. So this is how I wanted to build this functionality. Now the next thing is, if there is quantity is 0 or less than 0, it should give an error. It should not add any product whatsoever in the sales order. So that functionality will build. There is a lot that is coming up. I'm sorry, the videos are a bit late because I'm usually very busy. But I hope that you have liked whatever you have seen. I hope that it will add value. Thank you so much if you're still watching, and I will see you in the next one.